Howdy everybody, how y'all doing? Welcome to the Ice House, where we try to keep things cool, calm, collected, and mostly a little bit chill. Well, speaking of chill, how are you guys doing with all the turkey leftovers, right? I mean, if you lucked out and maybe had Thanksgiving with a bunch of friends and you didn't host this year, so maybe they sent you home with a little extra scraps, but you're in the clear. You had your turkey for the year and you're good, right? Well, that's pretty cool, right? Maybe, unless you really like turkey. But for everybody else who hosted, I mean, now's the time to get all your creative turkey recipes out, right? I mean, sometimes I like to have turkey tacos, turkey burritos, just a little cheese, salsa, refried beans, sour cream. It's simple, but it really does hit the spot. I guess I'm putting the Mex back in Tex-Mex, right? Or maybe the Tex. Probably just the Tex. I don't know. It tastes good. Just trust me. So, yeah, the other thing, and, well, one of the other things that turkey is famous for, which is maybe why we only eat so often, like roasted like this, or, in bulk, is all that tryptophan, right? Makes you sleepy, because, I don't know about you, but I always like that, afternoon nap right after eating maybe a second plate, if I'm really hungry, and between the dinner and letting the food settle, taking the nap, and having some really good homemade desserts and pies, letting all that tryptophan really set in, and it's a peaceful time, right? I mean, I know we all eat turkey sandwiches a lot, but that thin sliced deli meat just isn't the same. No. But what I really want to talk about is, well, I hope that you guys have been able to have a good holiday so far, right? Now, I know some of you were not able to visit family because of, travel restrictions of either monetarily or work schedules. Some of you guys even had to work on Thanksgiving, which, that can be rough, and, appreciate whatever industry or utility or place you had to show up for work and clock in to keep everything moving around. But I get it can be a little lonely when you're not able to really connect in person with people, like or maybe I will say this with the YouTubes and the parasocial network, and the fact that we are able to connect in ways that we used to not be able to, it does help, right? I remember, I want to say 15 or 20 years ago when I wasn't able to go anywhere, and because of work schedule and stuff, and I sat there Thanksgiving with my hungry man dinner, and I reminded myself just how disgusting those TV dinners can be when that's all you ate really all day, and it was epitome of loneliness and sadness, and there's probably would have been memes about it with some sad womp 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 music, right? But I'm stronger because of it, or something. But you know what? One of the things after years like that, or times like that really hits the spot is, remembering why we have reasons to be thankful, right? Remembering that whether we weren't able to be with family this year, but that we have family, and it's just kind of like with Christmas sometimes, because schedules don't work out, but you can still work out time to connect with them, and maybe it's not on the holiday, but I know there's a lot of you that are still able to connect with friends and family and really not be completely isolated, right? Unless it's by choice. But, cheers to you for that. But one of the biggest things about this year, I've joked about the government decided to put the elections at the beginning of November, and the people who decided to put Thanksgiving at the end of November might have been the original trolls, because, well, there's so much we don't agree on, and unless they were trying to think that people could resolve their differences in 3 weeks, which is not a terrible assumption, actually, right? But, time enough to cool off and sit back at the table with everybody and, well, enjoy each other, each other's company, laugh at all the things that are funny now because we're older, and be slightly annoyed, but then we realize that we only spend so much time together so often, so definitely worth being thankful for and grateful for the opportunity to connect, right? Now, I don't like getting too political, but I know there's a lot of people that are still, I would say, reeling from the news and the outcome of this election, and people tweeting how they want to disown family members and how they want to not invite people or never see them again. And it confuses me a lot because, well, now that we kind of are allowed to talk about it, but I still like to talk about things without talking about them, right? But I remember around 4 years ago when we were being told that we weren't allowed to gather with family or friends, right? We weren't allowed to travel distances to be with our loved ones. And that had a devastating effect on a lot of us, right? Whether it was you personally, who were unable to see a loved one, or maybe it's friends that you saw, weren't able to go visit their family for the holiday, or, what's worse is when maybe a family member was in the hospital and they were following strict rules, and you know what I mean. I don't want to get into that, right? There was a lot of things that people are outraged and frustrated about, and yet, for some reason, now that we have the freedom to connect and we have the ability to travel without restrictions in our country to be with each other, for some reason, now we're not fighting to be together. We're still trying to find reasons to divide and separate, right? So, kind of makes you wonder a little bit, was it against somebody else's control? Somebody else making the decision for us, right? But all I know is that we only get so much time here on Earth, and we only get so many family and friends, and even if we don't agree on a lot or get along, I still think the idea that letting what's gonna happen, or what happened a couple weeks ago, right, letting all the things that have been said in the media for the last 4, 8, 10 years, and probably things that are going to be said for the next 4 years, although starting to see some of the news media outlets are trying to change their tune, right? Yeah, I'm not just talking about that other bird peacock over there, but a lot of people are realizing that, maybe the majority, the minority of the country, maybe the heartland of America is more unified than we were allowed to believe, right? And I really do hope that this will wash over, and hopefully maybe by Christmas, if not Thanksgiving, this year, you're able to reconnect with those family members and be reminded why it's important, right? why we only get one family and whatnot. I don't want to be too heavy-handed because, well, I think the tryptophan is still kind of making me lazy and more philosophical and less excited to get up and do something, right? And I think there might be some more leftover pie over there, but I really do hope you guys were able to enjoy this holiday season and continue to do so with family and friends. You know, maybe the weekend's not over for you either, so keep enjoying it and be thankful and grateful for what you have, because we don't really know when we're not going to have it anymore. So, well, if you guys want to drop in the comments below some of the things you're thankful for, or some of the things you've been able to do, and some fun traditions maybe you guys have, not just of the food you eat, but I don't know, some fun Thanksgiving things. Sometimes I feel like it's a lost holiday. Well, in any case, thanks for being here, and you can like, subscribe, and share it out if you want to, and see you later. Bye!